Beauty. I'm so excited about this call. Just a little spontaneous little login today. I want to talk to you about something that's been coming up recently, and I feel that it will probably, help some of you, or at least, give you some inspiration, which is about us going first. And so a lot of the times, like when we are manifesting or waiting for things to come through, there's this belief that, we have to wait for the signs to show up in our outer reality until we make, the energetic shift. Um, and, even in relationships, this can happen in friendships and also, of course, during client relationships, right? It's like, um, we're waiting for the other person to go first. Waiting for the other person to give us the sign that it's ready for, that we're ready to receive. And we're waiting for the other person to make the shift, to make the decision, to show us that they're ready, whatever it is. And I truly feel that we are the ones going first. We are the ones needing to go first, because when we go first, we actually set the standard. We set the vibration for what it is that we actually desire and want. And it actually takes away the whole pressure of, this limbo state of maybe it's going to work, maybe it's not going to work, maybe they'll sign up, maybe they won't sign up, maybe they'll take me on a date, maybe they won't take me on a date. No, like that limbo state is actually draining. It's putting us in a place where we become nervous about receiving what it is that we really want. And it also creates a lot of strain and a lot of pressure into the relationship, because you can't really expect another person to rise up to the plate and to, invest and, produce or give the things that you want if you haven't actually walked yourself through the process. And so, like, I'm just going to talk about my clients because they've been they've been going through incredible results these past few weeks. And one of the major pieces that they've really shifted along the positioning within their own energy is that they decided they were going to be the ones walking first. They decided they were the ones going, I'm going to invest first. I'm going to set the standard for the way I want my reality to be, right? They make the commitment, they set the boundary, they make the statements, they speak up what it is that they want. They are the ones, putting themselves on the front line despite nobody else ever having done this before them. And the way this translates is that, they'll take the leaps that nobody else has done in the in the people that they know, in their surroundings. And they will trust their intuition in such a way where even if it doesn't work out the way that they thought it was going to work out, it's actually going to be for the better and higher cause for what it is that they're really ready and available to receive. And this is huge, right? When we are the ones deciding within ourselves that we're going to be the ones putting ourselves on the front line, we're going to be the ones, walking as the warrior goddess ahead of time, right? Ahead of everybody else, ahead of everything, that we've ever seen to be done in our outside world. We change everything, right? And in the cosmic, I talk about this in my programs as well, but in the cosmic blueprint principle of manifestation, so in the universal creation wheel, it's really the feminine who has to go first with her desire, and she's the one oozing and radiating and claiming that which it is that she wants, with the full trust and knowing that not only it will come to her, but it will come to her in divine timing. There's like a non-negotiable about this happening, right? She knows this is going to come through, and she trusts the process, that everything that needs to be laid out as a foundation is going to fall into place. And this is, in my opinion, why these women are like transcending their money stories, right? Their fractured relationships with money, with men, with clients, right? It stops the cycle of this pattern that they constantly have to keep chasing and hunting. They constantly have to pour out of themselves, like in a way where they're pouring out in order to get a transaction, right? They're doing something in order to get something back. And they're like positioning everything, or they've used to position, they've gotten used to position everything in such a way that they had to do all the doing all the time, right? Instead of really like relaxing, leaning back, and trusting that it is that what it is that they really feel that they want and they desire deeply, right? They are the ones like making the first step. They're the ones like owning and connecting and really going into it, right? Because it's just so important. And like, sorry, I'm just getting distracted because I'm just receiving some messages here. But what I was saying is like when we really go first, when we really like set the foundation, and we claim that which we are worthy for, right? And we we allow all of our actions to align with this exact principle of, this is my desire, this is what I'm worthy, I know this is what I deserve. And not only do I have to seek validation or a sign outside of myself that it's okay to want this, it's like, no, this is already done, right? Like we are vibrating on the level of our desire. And so we align all of our actions in calibration and in resonance with this desire. And so when it comes to investing money, if you want to, if you like the women who have been wanting to change that fractured relationship with money, what they've started to do is, instead of waiting for the money to show up, or instead of waiting for the things to be safe, they just started to wire their energy in such a way that every time they do invest, they feel really good, right? Every time they do invest, they make themselves feel amazing about that investment, right? And it's not something that's like out of your thought world. It really is the calibration on the embodiment level, where you're actually feeling amazing, right? You're feeling the gratitude about having all this money flowing through, and building, and building the energetic layout of stretching yourself in that principle of, well, money wants to be with me. Money is always here, and I always have enough, right? I always have more than enough. And it's like they practice this on a daily basis. And what happens is like they basically collapse time and space, because there's no more tugging on this masculine outside energy of them, right? There's no more tugging on money. There's no more tugging on clients. There's no more of this like stickiness happening. They're just, calibrating with their desire, and they allow themselves to take the actions from that place of their desires. So I don't know who here needed to hear this. I've just come off a call with one of my clients just now, and it's amazing. Like, she realized that she had this fractured relationship with her clients, where she kept attracting women in, who weren't sure, or who said, they would come on really strong. They even said, yes, they were ready to pay in full. And when they got on the call, the woman wasn't ready and she withdrew, right? And what is the most amazing piece here is that she didn't make herself feel bad about it. She knew and instantly became aware that this is a pattern, and that it doesn't mean that she's a bad salesperson. It doesn't mean that she's not a good coach. It doesn't mean any of this. It's just that her energy was positioned in such a way where she was positioned in a transactional basis, where she was giving before the client was actually ready, right? She was giving out of her energy. She was serving, right, before the client was actually ready to fully receive. And we have to invert the process in order to, like, she understood that she has to invert this process for her, because if she keeps pouring into the container before the client is ready, it actually collapses the empowerment in the client, right? And so when she is now withdrawing her energy from the space, and she's waiting patiently, like trusting and fully knowing that the clients who are ready for her will come in and they will invest, it changes everything about, first of all, the way she holds herself in the world, but also it changes everything about the caliber and the quality of clients that she's drawing in, because those clients are now ready to, get become these empowered women who are ready to receive her work, and who are also ready to take her work to the next level, right? Even to a level where she doesn't she has never even maybe experienced clients being able to do this before, right? So when we really understand how we are positioning ourselves and how we go first with our energy, right? And how we set the standard, and that the person who needs to come to us in the right moment will raise their frequency, will come up to that level, and everything will yeah, just integrate and come into full splendor. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this, if you've seen this pop up in your life, if this is something that, you know, we've been processing. And also if there's a little bit of confusion, right? Maybe you're feeling confused about why men keep coming on strong and then suddenly they disappear, or, you know, why clients keep coming really, really close and then when it's, you know, crunch time to pay, they kind of vanish. You know, or maybe you're feeling confused about, you know, why money keeps coming and then disappearing again. Like, this is a pattern, right? And it doesn't mean that you can't shift this around. It's probably just in your energy, the way that you're holding yourself within your own energy. And, you know, maybe there's some hesitation about going first with your desire, about going first with, you know, your elevated calibration. And so yeah, if this is happening to you, just leave your question down below and I'll swing back around in a couple of days to, yeah, help you process through this and see, you know, if I can maybe give you some piece of awareness that you haven't seen until now. I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful day wherever you are, gorgeous goddess. Feel free to yeah, like swing around and explore some of the other content. I still have my dance manifestation class that is up at the moment, which I will withdraw in a couple of days. So get quick on that. Like, women have been reporting to me that this has helped them change their money story pretty much forever. It actually set the foundational piece of awareness exactly where they needed it to be so that they can understand how to hold themselves like energetically and like on an embodiment level. Like, this is something that is so crucial, and I promise I will jump off the call after this, but if you don't have the awareness, you can't shift it, right? And very often awareness is also the piece of the puzzle that takes the least efforting, right? It's very simple. It can happen within seconds. And this is the prosperity body activation that I do in that masterclass as well, is I will actually show you how quickly you can calibrate with a huge sum of money without like all the doing and the crazy belief work that people usually take you through in order to get there. Like, this can happen within seconds, right? It's within seconds that we can calibrate on embodiment level what we are really worthy and like, we are already worthy, but what we are actually receptive for, right? And that receptivity is everything, right? When you become aware of what you need to lay within your own body, within your own emotional field, to such an extent that you build a memory and you can bring up that memory inside of your body. It's like, that's the frequency of abundance, right? That's what is really drawing the money to you, the dreams to you, the men to you, the aligned relationships, the clients, right? Because you are going first. You're setting the standard first on, I'm having a balanced, healthy relationship. I'm calibrating to this, which I want on a higher level. And when that is active, there's like, it's like a non-negotiable. The things that need to come to you, they will, right? And they will come in the highest and best way. Very often they come with a bunch of surprises, right? And I also talk about this in the masterclass because it's so funny, right? When we worry about money or we worry about things running out, we're actually closing all the gates, right? And when we open ourselves to the possibility that maybe money is just taking its time because it's wanting to surprise us in a higher and better way, like, that's like, it's surreal for our nervous system. We don't know how to hold this, right? And I teach you in the masterclass how to hold yourself, right? How to go through the different processes so that you no longer sabotage the relationship that you have with money. And so if you're already a Millionaire Goddess member, you basically get this class access for free, because I've just, pulled it into that program too. So if you're interested in all the other programs, just scroll through to the bottom, and you'll probably find the link somewhere. It's lizzybutterfly.thinkific.com. And you can just go up there and look up all the different courses that I have up right now. Some of them, actually all of them, will contain a VIP package too at the moment. It's going to be up for another, like 24 hours, 48 hours for those who want to jump on, and then I'll just reduce the one-to-one, and I'll probably up the price again, because I can see that this calibration of work is so important for women to have. And you basically get all of it. You have Millionaire Goddess to work on your money story. You have the Goddess Mastery to help you with the feminine energy principle. It's just the basics, it's the foundation. And then you have Cosmic Goddess, where you really go into the embodiment piece, and you really calibrate to a higher frequency on a physical, on the physical body level, which is so important, because that's where we really calibrate not only with our empowered feminine energy, but also with our empowered masculine energy. So I hope this got you excited. As I said before, if you have any questions, just leave them down below, and I will swing back around. So much love to you. I love you, beautiful goddess. Enjoy your day. I'll see you soon. Take care.